NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bears and the Broncos coming up next.
Whiteout conditions throughout the Great Plains sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
And off we go from Denver. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And boys, he got the full package. Loves the game. Big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, what's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Here's Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. The Deontay Spencer deep for the Broncos. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career in Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his progress. He's a more than capable quarterback and makes the most of his opportunities when he's a starter in the NFL.
Bridgewater on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
They've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a toss right side. It's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Breaks a tackle. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially this.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Returning it, here's Spencer. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Shoves him aside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the scramble.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gott.
Indeed, Coach, thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On second down, Gordon once more. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 21-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Teddy Bridgewater, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, Methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for two. They're going to give it to Gordon. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Fields throw caught by Bird here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Fields throwing again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one is incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw...
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They find some open field here. 30, 20, 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, 87 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. No more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there.
And that's his second touchdown run of this game, and this one, add a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now a first down throw, Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Back to the air, Fields on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.